Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. I'm going to break up this video into two parts. Part one is going to be just a more personal update, a baby update of what's happening with us. And then I want to talk about the ministry and talk about what's going on there. Last week I got back from Vermont. We had a training program with students, a 10-day intensive that I kind of partook in. And then when we got back, we did an ultrasound, and in that ultrasound, the doctors basically encouraged us, given Soren's size, to induce. And so by the time you get this video, it's just on Thursday, that's going to be the day that we're going to be induced that night. And so it's not our plan, it's not actually what we had in mind, but just because of his health and ultimately wanting a healthy mom and a healthy boy, that's what we're going to do. So we only just found out. Today is Tuesday. I just found out maybe an hour or two ago, and so it's still pretty raw. It wasn't the plan, and so I think adjusting to the new plan and its potential implications is a little scary, and also just the reality of, only having a few days left before Soren. It's feeling very real. And so if you could be just praying for us and praying for Rachel and praying for Soren, that would be deeply, deeply appreciated. In terms of part two, talking about the ministry, the things that I really want to highlight, three things really, is number one, our seniors. They were freshmen when the pandemic occurred. And to be honest, to be walking alongside the 10 of them through 4 years of just crisis after crisis, and for them to remain, especially after a year and a half of those Zoom years, it was, man, I have to just say it was an absolute privilege to walk alongside them, to help them abide, to help with the mental health issues, and to empower them to give their lives for the sake of others. It's just been a very, very special year. And one of the things that we do for our seniors is we do these courses called Adulting 101. And they have just been, one of the ones that we added this year is just talking about endings and new beginnings. It's just the reality of transitions and how much your 20s are about transitions. And that was a time of us processing all the transitions that have happened over these years. And it has just made me emotional to think about the peaks, the valleys, the hardships that we've gone through together, and to grieve also that really, as they kind of spoke, only their first semester and their last semester were quote unquote normal semesters. And so that has just been a highlight for me, I have to say, to be walking with them over these years, to see them graduate, and just, man, if anything, it just feels like a parental feeling of trusting that, man, they're ready to be sent out. The second highlight I want to give is that we changed our leadership team, actually. The way that we do ministry had a significant shift this beginning of this year, where we moved into what we traditionally called our servant leadership team into a discipleship team. And what we mean by that is ultimately the servant leadership team had broad focus in terms of their roles, but what we always want this ministry to be about is life-to-life discipleship, helping them experience life-to-life discipleship, but then also for them to be disciples, walking alongside each other. And so with this shift, what we ended up doing is we kind of empowered our students, and we walked alongside our students as they did ministry with others. And so it was a very different model of a lot more coaching more than anything else. And so it was fun. One of the relationships that I ended up having was with Daniel, who is a senior, and Frank, who is on our leadership team. And what we ended up doing is we broke down some of the just essential skills of discipleship, be it finding your person and forming that group, having unique shared experiences, getting to know each other, coming up with a discipleship growth path, like kind of what are we going to do. And it's just been an absolute privilege to walk alongside them with that, it's been fun to see their vulnerability grow. It's been fun to walk alongside each other through the ups and downs of the semester. And man, I think I feel more that we've empowered our students to be disciples and make disciples than we've ever had. There's still more tweaks to be done, but man, I'm super encouraged by where we're heading. And the last thing I just want to highlight is the beginning of this pandemic. I had a video called Endings and New Beginnings, and in that time I introduced a colleague of mine that I've been walking alongside for since he's been a freshman, so 7 years, Misa. Misa announced recently that he's going off staff, and I just have to say he has been an absolute privilege and a blessing over these many years. The safety that the students feel, the empowerment that the students feel from him has been significant, and so he's going to be so missed. But if you are a ministry partner with him, I just have to say, man, thank you, and thank you to Misa as well. So that's our big update in terms of looking towards the future. We have a staff team of 3, Abigail, Joey, and Deborah, who are going to be holding down the front until I return after my leave. And you can be praying for them. They never experienced fall launch at NYU before, but they're going to bring in a new take, a fresh take. And I'm just so excited about their development and where the ministry is happening. But hey, just wanted to give you guys this updates. Thank you so much. Please be praying for our NYU ministry, and then of course for Rachel and I and Soren. Thank you guys so much. There's so much more I want to share, and there's so much more, and so I look forward to reconnecting with each and every one of you and our new partners as well very soon. Thank you.